Dead cars are not empty. They're hidden supply depots, the fell-out files. Most people will walk past it. A dead car, sitting quietly on the side of the road. Dust gathering on the glass. Metal slowly fading under the sun. Interior untouched, forgotten. They'll glance inside. Maybe check the seats. Open the glove box. Look for something obvious. And when they don't find anything, they move on. Because to them, it's over. A machine that failed its only purpose. Transportation. But that assumption is where they're wrong. Because a car isn't just a machine. It's 2 tons of engineered material. Steel shaped under extreme pressure. Copper running through its veins. Chemical systems designed to function under stress. All of it still there. Even after the engine dies. In a world where systems collapse, where supply chains disappear, where nothing new is
Heavy
being
metal
made,
block
value
dropping
doesn't come
with
from
loud
what works.
impact sound.
It comes from what remains. And inside every abandoned vehicle, there is far more remaining than most people will ever realize. Most people see objects as single-purpose tools. A car drives. A phone communicates. A light produces illumination. When that function stops, they assume the object has no value left. But that's not how reality works. Because objects are not defined by their function. They're defined by what they're made of. Steel doesn't stop being steel. Rubber doesn't lose its resilience. Copper doesn't forget how to conduct energy. The function dies. The materials don't. And when you begin to see things this way, everything changes. Because suddenly, what everyone else ignores becomes valuable. The battery. The battery is the first thing people think about. And the first thing they misunderstand. If it can't start the car, they assume it's dead, empty, useless. But a battery doesn't fail completely. It fails at high demand. Starting an engine requires a massive surge of power. But small devices require almost nothing, which means even a dead battery can still provide energy. Enough to power small lights, radios, low-draw systems for extended periods. And then there's what's inside it. Lead, dense, heavy, moldable. Not something you think about until you need it. And when you do, it becomes one of the most valuable raw materials available. Fluids. Inside every car, there are multiple reservoirs. Liquids most people ignore completely. Motor oil, transmission fluid, washer fluid. To most, they're just waste. But chemically, they're resources. Used motor oil doesn't lose its lubricating properties. It still reduces friction, still protects metal from corrosion, still extends the life of tools. And washer fluid contains methanol, a volatile substance, flammable, fast-burning, capable of igniting even in damp conditions, which means something simple becomes something critical. Heat, fire, energy, all hidden in plain sight. Copper. Copper is everywhere, but rarely seen. Inside a car, it runs through everything. Wiring systems, stretching from front to back, hidden behind panels, under seats, inside the frame. The average vehicle contains hundreds of meters of it. And copper is one of the most important materials you can have. It carries electricity. It resists corrosion. It bends without breaking, which means it can be shaped, adapted, reused. Power systems, bindings, improvised tools, all possible if you understand what you're looking at. Glass and mirrors. Glass seems fragile until you understand how to use it. A mirror can project sunlight across long distances. A signal, visible from miles away. It allows you to observe without being seen. And the windshield is more than protection. It's a flat, durable surface, capable of trapping heat, collecting water, redirecting environmental energy. In the right position, it becomes a system, not just a barrier. Tires. Tires are designed for punishment. Heat, pressure, friction. They endure conditions most materials cannot. And they don't break down easily, which makes them incredibly valuable. Cut into sections, they become footwear. Stacked together, they form barriers. Filled with material, they absorb impact. And inside, elastic components, flexible, strong, useful for tension systems, bindings, tools, mechanisms. Even when destroyed, they remain functional. Seats. Most people look at seats and see comfort, but inside them is structure, high-density foam, engineered to absorb force, to insulate, to maintain shape under pressure. That same material can retain heat, prevent energy loss, turn cold surfaces into survivable ones. And the fabric is built to last, resistant to wear, durable under stress, capable of being repurposed. What looks like padding is actually protection.
Airbags. This is where things change. Airbags are not ordinary materials. They are designed to deploy in milliseconds, to withstand extreme force, to expand without tearing, which means they are incredibly strong, lightweight, flexible, and resistant to damage. Stronger than most fabrics you'll find, yet hidden, ignored, because people don't see them, they don't understand them, and because of that, they leave them behind. Springs. At each wheel, there is a coil, simple in appearance, but not simple in composition. High carbon steel, engineered to compress and return to shape repeatedly. That type of material holds an edge, can be shaped into tools, blades, cutting instruments, precision components, but only if you know how to use it. Because in a world where nothing is being manufactured, the ability to create tools becomes more valuable than the tools themselves. Final thought, a dead car isn't empty. It isn't useless. It isn't the end of something. It's the beginning of something else, a collection of materials waiting to be understood. Most people will walk past it because they're searching for something that still works. You're not. You're looking at what remains. And that difference changes everything. This isn't scrap. This is supply. This is the Fill Out Files.